looks cool actually, but it looks like a galaxy, like stars and everything, like just pop up all over the skin. And it's, I don't know if it's a bug or just like a workflow issue or something, but it's happened forever, ever since I've used ZBrush. So you always gotta make sure you just turn off your recording on your layers. It's a funky issue.
Once you say big call, where's
Big all
okay.
right there. And that'll just merge everything down into one layer. So now it's all just part of the base mesh. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can export these maps out. So I just went ahead and baked these. So if you want to export out a mesh or a color map, what we got to do is we got to go under where it says color map. Where is it? Poly? No, it's not poly paint. Texture map. I'm sorry. All right, right here. Click on Create. New from Poly Paint. And you'll see that the map will pop up right there. So that's your color map. We need to go ahead and actually export this, and so it's really just sitting right here. So I'm going to go ahead and clone it. You'll see it pop up over here. It's now actually sitting in the textures panel right here. So you'll see it's now live in there. So we're going to go ahead and export this. We want to go ahead and pick our size. So right now it's a 2K image. That's rather small for a creature, for a full texture color map of the creature. So I'm going to go ahead and up that to 8192 by 8192, so it's an 8K image. I'm also going to go ahead and click on Flip V. The reason why is because the way ZBrush reads UVs is actually upside down. I don't know why. I have no clue. But like if you go back and look at the UV image of the creature from Maya, it is actually upside down. So that means if you don't click Flip V here and you export the image, it will come in upside down in Maya. You with me? Okay. I've accidentally forgotten to do this like a dozen times, so it's not a big deal if you forget. You just gotta flip it. And even if you do forget to flip it here, what could you do to flip it outside of ZBrush? Exactly. Just take it in Photoshop and just flip the image. That's all you gotta do. Cool? Alright. So flip, export. It's going to want to export as a PSD by default. That's cool and all, but I am going to do a TIFF. And I want to name it after my naming convention. So CMP for color map. It's just the ugliest color map ever, but there you go. And now it's an image that's sitting on the hard drive. All right.
Is there a way you can create other textures, like upload like maybe like a photo of a texture on here to like work from as well?
Absolutely. Yes. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so he's asking if we can take like a photo of something and paint it onto the character. We can absolutely do that. So what I'm gonna do is go under texture, and actually, you know, if you go under texture here, we can just import it. There's an import button, so you can import your images directly to ZBrush. And you just need to go ahead and select whatever texture you want to use. So we'll say that I already have jelly beans. I'm gonna paint jelly beans on it, okay? So jelly beans is selected. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on this button right here. This is called Add to Spotlight. Spotlight is the part of ZBrush that allows us to paint images directly onto a mesh. Okay? So we got jelly beans sitting here. And so now we have this palette that kind of comes up here. And so it's kind of an interesting array of tools here. You can actually change the color using some of these tools. There's a lot of different stuff you can do with this, but like I don't really use a lot of it. Most of the time I'm just kind of grabbing the image, shrinking it down, putting it where I want it, and then just painting it on it. Like that's generally what I use it for. So you can use this to rotate the image if you need to. You can scale it up or down. You can pin it, so that means that when you paint the image, it'll stay in one place versus picking up and following your brush and wherever you pick it up and drop it. So it's kind of like the clone stamp tool in Photoshop, where you can have it pinned or unpinned, and it follows your brush or it doesn't follow your brush. Okay. You have the spotlight option. So what this is basically the radius of which you're able to see the image you're painting on. It's useful because you don't really want to look at like this image all the time. You want to be able just to like kind of get a glimpse of what you're trying to paint. So it's pretty useful for that. You also have your opacity as well. So if you need to up it or lower, you can do that. Okay. In order to switch over and actually start painting, you're going to hit Z, is it Z? And you'll notice that with the pin on, it's sticking the image to the brush. Okay? So then I want to go ahead and start painting. And now he's got, hang on, I gotta do this. Now he's got a jelly belly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry. Now, if I go and hit Z again, and then click the little pin there, now you'll see that the image basically pins to one area. So this might be better if you're doing like a specific texture, because then you don't have to worry about, then you can like kind of move around the mesh and keep painting. If you want to like try to like wrap something around the mesh, use that. Unrelated, but kind of related, since we're not doing any sculpting in this class, but for those of you that are in advanced, you can like absolutely use this to sculpt with. So if you have like a high resolution texture like jelly beans, we can turn on Z add, and we start sculpting jelly beans like right on his butt. So that's kind of useful. It's more of a thing I'll use for like close-up high resolution images like skin textures, and I can get like pores and stuff on the skin, which is really cool.
So is it painted by like displacement map? Is that what it's painted by?
It's not displacing. It's not a displacement map. It's painting with. It's taking the values of the image and basically sculpting that value in. So like it's kind of like a bump map where it's reading like the lights and the darks, but then it's just translating that into like 3D.
Okay.